The next, she's gone, and I snap back to reality. As my brain quickly peruses the memories, quietly and quickly covering the box. This trigger is as old as me. You see, I am a child, hiding, not wanting to see. One of my first memories is hunger, and I'm searching for my dad. At the time, I do not know that I'm also searching for her. In and out of homes, forever a guest, new rules, different beds, my heart is such a mess. This trigger is as old as me, you see. I am a child, hiding, not wanting to see. The cycles continue. I was barely there, constantly reminded that this is mine to bear. The hurt and anger of being left alone has crystallized my heart, and my spirit has come and gone. I learned to pretend, to smile and nod. It was safer this way, becoming a fraud. This trigger is as old as me, you see. I am a child, hiding, not wanting to see. With the loss of the woman who created me, I will be grieving indefinitely. I wrote this poem to speak about the historical trauma that Indigenous peoples face, the legacy that we are born into. I often call it a backpack, meaning we all carry this invisible backpack. Everyone's backpack is unique. Different stories of abuse, addiction, disconnection, and oppression. Some of us are aware of this backpack and are working tirelessly to unpack it, pulling out the contents one by one. For some of us, the pain is too great, and even though we are aware of this backpack, it's easier to keep it shut, only opening it to add to the load. Some of us don't even know we're carrying a backpack. The journey has been harsh for too long. My backpack looks different than it did 10 years ago. Some of the contents spilled out along the way. Some contents I've picked up, put back together, and put back in as a tool, something I can actually use along the way and not weigh me down. When you consider the backpack and all it contains, abuse, trauma, addiction, you can see how easily one can end up in the child welfare system. There are families who have spent generations in this system, a system that is inherently racist in its policies towards Indigenous peoples. Mainstream agencies continue this form of genocide by removing Indigenous children from their parents. I was part of this system. I aged out of care. My mother committed suicide when I was 3, and my father drank himself to death by the time I was 16. There were no supports. In fact, quite the opposite. The system failed me and my family. From a modern child protection perspective, the addiction parents face is grounds for an apprehension. I have read trajectory documents from agencies outlining an oppressive list of tasks that parents are expected to complete on their own within a time frame, otherwise their children will be placed into foster care. This is built right into their policies and has been for decades. Indigenous children have long been overrepresented in the child welfare system. As an Anishinaabe, I am a mother, a daughter, a sister, an aunt, and a partner. I have been employed by Nagdawinmag Binogiag Child and Family Services, an Indigenous child well-being agency, for 3 years. I started out as a family service worker and then transitioned into a cultural resource advisor. DBCFS recognizes the intergenerational traumas that our people face. We approach child welfare from an Indigenous perspective. The agency is rooted in culture and supports children, youth, and families as they connect to their heritage. In contrast to mainstream societies, we recognize the horrific impacts birth alerts, for example, have had on mothers. To put simply, we walk alongside the families we work with, supporting them and guiding their healing journey. We acknowledge the ongoing genocide of our people and the systemic racism that continues to oppress Indigenous communities. This assignment has affected me personally, as I have just shared. It has helped guide my reflection on my healing journey as I continue to unpack my backpack. As an Anishinaabe and mother, I am grateful to share this learning with you as I work to provide a better life for my own children. This assignment has affected me professionally because this is how I affect change, by engaging in conversations that promote growth opportunities. It has inspired me to continue doing this heart work. That's super bright.